Hello guys, welcome to the DevSecOps channel. It's been a long time since I have seen you all. Great to be back. Today I'll be explaining the GitLab CI/CD pipelines and how to configuring that effectively. Okay, within the next 10 minutes, I'll be covering the basics of GitLab CI and how to configure GitLab CI for various tasks. Okay, without any further delay, let's deep dive into the session. Okay. So right now you can see I have published a GitLab presentation over there, wherein you can able to see the code scan and all the other stages. If you can follow my mouse pointer, like code scan and build stage and image scan and deployment and the post deployment. So what are all these? These are all like deployment pipelines. Okay, so these are all like stages, you can say, in a deployment pipelines, wherein each stage will be like performing a particular job or a task. Okay, so that is what related to the CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous development or deployment. Okay, so I'll just migrate to this one, and in this slide, if you can see what are all those stage, like what is a CI pipeline and CD pipeline. Okay, so when a developer check-ins the code or commits the code, it needs to pass in various stages, like in the build and the unit test and integration test. Okay, and then it will be like going into the deployment stage of a staging and the production. So these process, you are already aware of this, I believe. So for those who are not aware of this, I'll just explain it in a very short sentence. Like so the code is like the developers commit the code, and build stage is like it can be like a Java Node.js build or a Python build, and unit test is like whether your code is like up to the standards. So it is like a continuous rigorous testing. It's also a code testing, and then the integration test. Okay, so different developers will be working in a set of different features, and though they need to do an integration test to no, to commit the code before in the to commit the code in the repository. So that's the reason, before they commit the code in the repository, the integration test need to be happen. Okay, so that is the CI pipeline. Okay, and CD pipeline, so continuous deployment pipeline or development pipeline. Mostly it's like a deployment pipeline, can say. So it's related to the deployment. So I have the piece of code. Now what I need to do, so you need to deploy in a staging or a production environment. So this is the overall related to like a CI/CD pipeline. So what it is related to GitLab, or what it is, why we are using GitLab. Okay, so GitLab CI/CD is a built-in automation system, wherein a SaaS product, meaning like software as a service. You can like sign up for a free account or a paid account, which I will go through in a particular time right now. So it's like a GitLab CI/CD. You can automate all these tests. Imagine there are a build, you have set of scripts for the build test or a unit test or an integration test, right? So there should be like a tool to integrate all these jobs, right? So that is where we come in with a CI/CD pipeline. It can be anything like GitLab or Circle CI, but GitLab, it can be like a Jenkins, Circle CI, or GitLab. Okay, in this session we will be concentrating on GitLab, because no, this is one of the most used tools, and obviously it offers a free service as well. In this free version as well. In this session, I will be explaining you how to configure a simple stages. Okay, so that will be the base of the tutorial of this one. So let me like jump into that session. Okay, so before we start using a GitLab, you need to sign up. Okay, so GitLab offers a free plan as well. So if you can see the screen over here, like a free plan is there. It is like a $0, and you have like a 400 compute minutes per month. So here is the catch here. So you are trying to integrate a Git scripts. You are having the scripts in the GitLab, right? Which has a CI as well, like a code repository as well. So if you want to execute the code or in a different environment, right? So you need a server in the sense, no, who will provide the server? It will be the GitLab will be providing you the server, right? So that's the reason they have, just for a free plan, they have given you like a 400 compute minutes per month, like a 400 minutes are allowed for you per month. and here in a premium it's like a 10,000 compute minutes per month. So right now don't worry about this one. It's since you are a starter, just go for the free version and then sign it up. No credit card is required as well. So after signing it up, right, so you will see the screen over here. So there are different things you need to consider. First concept will be the groups concept. So like when you create the account, it will be like it will be asking you a group name, and I have named it as a DevOps group, and inside that you can create a project. So what are groups and projects? Groups, you can imagine, like, as you know, like multiple users can be integrated in a group, and then different users, there will be a set of common permissions for all the users of the group, right? So that's what it is. Okay, so that is the overall concept about the groups. So coming here, so let us start. I have created one GitLab demo project. So what is a project? So you want to run your code or the integration test, right? So you need to create a project. So create a project, you'll just go over here and then create a project. I already created it, or like I'll just show you how to create a project. So you go to the DevOps, create project, create a blank project. Okay, test-project1. Okay, we can create a test-project1. It's like a private and initialize a repository with a readme. Obviously, this is like a repository, right? Your GitLab will be, see, the one good thing about the GitLab, it will provide you a repository as well for CI/CD, and then what to say, like a CI/CD tool for doing a deployment and the CI steps. Okay, so so you can give the project name and initialize a repository with a readme and the private thing, right? So create a project, that's it. Okay, it will be like a blank project because I have mentioned a blank project, right? So coming here, I already have the piece of code. So the project, no, so here we have created this test project one. The same thing, I have created a GitLab-demo project. Here there is one catch, like we need to create a file like .gitlab-ci.yml. So this is a keyword or a key file. From here the script execution starts. Okay, so I can like open this file in editor, so you can able to see that. So wherever, whatever the piece of code you have or whatever folders you have, this will be the bootstrap file, you can say. Okay, so I can like edit it in the web IDE. So the GitLab will be providing you a web IDE wherein you can go and edit the piece of code. It will be like very efficient for you to like check the piece of code and commit it. Okay, so don't get afraid of all these code pieces. I'll just walk through what are all the main things which we require. Okay, so don't worry about all these changes. So first thing you need to understand is like, I'll show the output of this pipeline, then you can clearly understand. Okay, so I just put on pipeline. So see here, there are different stages over here, right? So you don't need that much coding to do all these changes, but just understand before I just walk into the piece of code. So this is one of the stage of the job. This is the job, and this is a stage, like a code scan stage and build stage, image scan, deployment, and post deployment. Okay, so here I have segregated in this code different stages, right? So before that, .gitlab-ci.yml is the keyword. So obviously you need to like create this file name. Okay, and then this is the default tags. Okay, there are various GitLab tags. You can refer from the GitLab history. You can just Google it. YAML syntax will be there. Tags in GitLab docs will be there. Okay, so tags you can mention over here. You can create a tags, or CI/CD YAML syntax is there. Keywords, various keywords are there, right? So all keywords are here. Okay, so I've just explained you about the essential steps over here. Okay, so default is, so before that there are different stages. So we need to declare the stages. It can be any name, right? But this is a keyword. Stages colon is a keyword, and if you can see this, visualize this one. Code scan is one of the stage, build is one of the stage, image scan, deployment, and post deployment is one of the stages, right? So we need to define those stages. So that's what I am defining it here. Okay, it's like a list format I am defining. So stages colon, stages is a keyword, and these things I am just defining it here. Okay, so these are the stages will be published in the GitLab CI job, correct? So this is not a big coding I need to do. Okay, fine. So coming to the jobs. Okay, what are all jobs? Okay, jobs, see here, code scan is one of the job, code build is one of the job, and so on. Okay, so each job should be accommodated into a stage, meaning that this code-scan is a stage wherein this code-scan is a job in that stage. Okay, so I'll just explain only one stage. So obviously it will be same for almost all other things, right? So taking the first stage, okay, code-scan. Okay, in my stages I have just mentioned code-scan. Okay, what are all the jobs I need to insert into that stage? Yes, this is one of the job name. In GitLab CI/CD, job name will be starting with job name colon. Okay, so this code-scan is a job name. So I cannot have any job without any stage, right? So that's the reason I am just inserting into one stage, meaning like code scan. It can be any stage, okay? But here I am inserting into the code scan because I have created the stages previously using this step, correct? Yeah, fine. So then I am mentioning like a stages code scan, okay? And then script. Script is, okay, inside this job, I need to execute some script, right? So I am using a script keyword and then echo. Echo, you know, in bash, it's like printing the output. Okay. So I am just printing the output. The same thing for, I mean, make directory. It is just a demo, right? And then artifacts in the sense like, uh, I need to carry on this script output. See, I am just echoing into a directory. Okay. And then in this directory, I need to export this directory. For that, I use the artifacts. Okay. Artifacts, the keyword, and path. Which path I need to export. Okay. And then this artifact will be available in my GitLab CI pipeline. I'll show you, and this will expire in 1 hour, meaning that after 1 hour I can't able to download it. Okay, so this is one of a simple thing. Okay, and then if you see here, I'm just using the same stage and script. Okay, so just I need to accommodate the jobs in a single stages. Okay, so there should not be any job without any stage. Okay, so that's the overall idea of the stages. Okay, coming to that, you can ask me like, where do I execute these, where my GitLab will be executing this piece of code? To answer your question, so GitLab SAS, I already told you, will be having a like, since we have signed it up a free account, we will be having a runner for that, right? So runner for that, right? So here you can see like GitLab managed runner, right? Whenever we run our job, it's like a SAS account, a free account. So we will be using a GitLab managed runner. Okay, so we have like 400 compute minutes per month. So whatever execution we do, it will be running in the GitLab runner. Okay. Furthermore, we can use a self-managed runner, but that is not in the scope of this tutorial, but I'll explain you in a different video. Okay. So coming here, so I've just explained you the main things like, so code, the stages and the job. Job is this one. Job is job name. Stages you need to like a list like a predefined. Okay. And then, so GitLab will be providing you the runner, correct? So you can, if you are not providing any default image, where your code needs to be executed, it will be directly running in the GitLab provider runner CI job, runner operating system, correct? Here, so the default keyword is, no matter whatever I declare here, it should be like applicable to almost all the stages, right? So here I am like mentioning, see, leave about this one, just ignore it. It's a like tag, I have commented it out. So image, okay, image name, I am giving like a Alpine, Docker Hub is having an Alpine image. So what are all the stages which don't have an image tagged in will be using this default Alpine image. Okay, so if you see, check this stage, code-scan, I don't have any image, right? So it will be using the Alpine image. The same you just compare for the other stages. So here we do have not any image, so we will be using a Alpine image. Okay, so it will be using a Alpine image for almost all the stages. If you want a specific specific image for a particular stage, yes, you can insert it like this way, right? Image and whatever the image you need. But right now I don't want to insert anything. I am keeping the default thing. Okay. So this is one of the things you need to understand. So right now, once I commit the changes, so let me commit the changes. Okay, I just okay, before that I just want to explain a variable. Okay, fine, let me commit the changes. So I'm just changing it like deployment is done. So what is the CI? I told you, once the developer commits the code, it should be automatically taking the build, and then a CI pipeline should be created and your stages should be executed. So I just added a done only. So here the code is there. I just commit and push to the main. So once I commit and push it right, my new pipeline should be triggered. Okay. So here a new pipeline should be triggered over here. Okay. So if you see this, each and every stage will be running like so. The first stage will be running code scan, and then the build stage, image scan, and deployment, and the post deployment. Okay. So it will run stage by stage. See, this stage is done, so it's taking up the code -build, right? So ideally it will be like moving stage by stage. Okay. So code scan is like you can the main reason for using a code scan. See, this is a dummy thing I just created. I'm just printing it. Okay, you can see the logs over here. I'm just printing it like a vulnerability report or some, just a print statement. You can do whatever you want. Okay, here I just want to explain you. So I told you, right, each job will be taking a GitLab runner. Okay, separate GitLab runner wherein provided by your GitLab. Okay, so here it is taking like a GitLab runner is by the server. Okay, here it's getting this job is running in a green-SAS server. This is provided by the GitLab. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, as I told you, this job, I mean the code scan job will be since I have mentioned like an artifacts path report. I want to I see in this stage I have created a report. See, script is just execution. So I am creating a report directory, and then a dummy report I am just exporting to the reports directory. Okay, and then I want to export this artifacts, meaning that I want to carry forward this code scan report to all other stages, right? Because I need to publish that, or I need to send email, something, right? So it's need to be persistent. That's the reason I am using artifacts path reports expire in 1 hour, right? So once the job is done, right, you can browse the report over here. You can download the report or browse the report. Okay, if you can browse, see, this report directory is exported. So it will be in this pipeline job for 1 hour. So that is one of the thing you need to understand. Okay, so see, let us see our pipeline. Yeah, see, so build, image scan, deployment, and post deployment, right? So code scan, you already know, vulnerability report we can generate. The build stage is like a Maven build or a Docker build, and the image scan is like a Docker image scan. I just put in a dummy over here, but you can like insert it. So the reason I just put in a dummy is like just for the people, no, who are first time coming to the GitLab-ci, just they need to get a presentation or a feeling, right? So what is like GitLab and all, and then the deployment stage also, like you can deploy into a Kubernetes environment, and post deployment also you can like do it in a different way. Okay, so that is the overall thing about this one. And before that, I just want to show about the variables. So okay, that should be, each stage might require different variables, right? In GitLab there is a concept like there is a menu, right? Settings, CI/CD. You can insert variables over here and then use in the stages. For instance, I need for my application deployment, I need to create a secret for a DB password, right? Or name or something, right? So you can insert the variable over here. It's simple, like add variable name, key is like test variable, and then value you can insert anything. Yes, tell me. Yes, and tell me or something. Okay, visible I can make it. So the different types of variable are yeah, visible and masked and hidden. Okay, masked is it won't show in the logs, and masked and hidden, or that it won't show one, it can't be editable once you add it. Okay, so I add the variable. So variable is that same thing, I add a different variable. So you can also print the value of the variable. So each stage need to be having a variable, I mean the each stage need to be having some data, right? So if you need to insert or secrets, no, you can use in any stages. So okay, here I'm just printing in the code build stage, I'm printing the variable name variable, right? We can see the output over here. So name variable initially I created with Kishore. Okay, So I should see the value like name is Kishore in code build stage. Okay, code build stage. Okay, code build stage. This is a stage. This is the logs of the job log. See, the name is Kishore. Correct. So we can pass in the variables also. So long story short, so groups are there. First of all, it's a groups is there. DevOps. Once you sign in, groups will be there. Inside the groups, you can create a different projects. And I've created a GitLab demo project. And then you can, it's a web ID is also there. You can just go add file here, but this is not a suggested method, but I'm just saying like you can go and edit the file. Otherwise use a visual code, Visual Studio Code in your local development environment. Okay. And then .gitlab-ci.yml is the file you need to like create it, right? So that is the main thing. You need to add it over here. So that is the overall thing. Just visualize it, and then let me know if let me know your comments, and then please subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribing. And finally, please check in the other videos related to the GitLab and DevOps, and I will add the video link in the description. Thank you.